DJ Williams here, obviously with fourth and five. Just open it up a night. We're gonna start doing these on Wednesday nights, permitting everything works out timing wise. But we're gonna have viewer comments. So any questions that people have, now is the time to go ahead and get them in, so we can start responding to what people have to say about the Razorbacks throughout the week. It's gonna be a real chill show, very loose, not a lot of organization. Just as stuff comes in, we'll make it work. And the cool thing about it too, we're gonna add the element like we do for our members only subscribers is have the opportunity for people to hop on with a video or just your audio to be able to be a part of the show as well. So go ahead and slowly start sending your answers or questions in so they can be addressed. Let me call Josh and see what he's up to. It'd be nice to hang out with somebody on here so it's not just me. Already got people coming in right now. Easy. R3W Turbo. I mean, out of the gate. That's what you start with. Come on. Oh no. They asked me, I'm not even going there. Hunter Havens wants to know what happens if Pittman retires after this year. Hello? Trying to call Josh. That's actually a good question. And Alex Shirley, no, Alex Shirley's going to the Memphis game. So we're not going to be at the Memphis game. We'll be in Bentonville this weekend at the Town Square at 9 a.m. for our pregame show, showcasing some places where people can watch the game if they're not going to road games. So I'm excited about that. But Alex, we may have to call you to be our field reporter, eyes on the scene. I think that'd be real cool. Thanks for hanging out. But back to Hunter Havens. What happens if Pittman retires? Ooh. I'm assuming you mean at the end of the year, then obviously the search starts. Obviously, Hunter Yurachek would know that beforehand. I don't think Pittman just wakes up one day at the end of the year and says, "All right, guys, I'm done." I bet they would have a plan in place. It's just about who do you get. I have no earthly idea. Some people are excited about the potentials of Gruden, seeing if you can get coaches from other schools that are doing fairly well right now with Arkansas ties. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know the answers to that question. I absolutely have no idea. Hunter, I don't know. I don't know, Hunter. Great question. Great question. This comes in from Will. How soon can we find a new AD that isn't afraid of raising money instead of telling the SEC how broke we are? Um, I don't think he's afraid of raising money. Um, and I've kind of been back and forth with his comments at the Touchdown Club about not being a program that is built to win a national championship, because the unfortunate reality, it's kind of true at the moment. And the only reason I say that is because he also said something along the lines, and I'm going to talk about this on our pregame show Saturday. I'll just give you a little heads up on it. About how the revenue sharing will help, but these other schools are so far ahead about how much money they have to where they can spend that on their current players, and the revenue sharing can help with the new players. I think we're in a position to where we can't keep up, and if we start developing players and they start really, really performing, they feel like they can get better bang for their buck somewhere else. And so I think maybe that's what he is alluding to. But yeah, I don't know the process I mean, this is a great question. You got Cole right here. How many millions do we need to compete for a championship? I think that number is 50 plus what you get from the new revenue sharing that we're going to get. Those are the numbers that you kind of hear from Ohio State, maybe what Ole Miss did last year, what Texas Tech is accomplishing at the moment. Some big money, but it just does that not just blow your mind? That plus revenue sharing, which after you spend stuff on other teams is around 18 million, maybe 15 million to the football team. So what's that? $65 million on college athletes. And the thing about these NIL deals, they're only 1-year deals. So 65 potential $1 million to build a roster for 1 year for college kids. And then you got to rinse and repeat and try to do it again next year. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to wrap my mind around that concept. Great question though. This is from Michael Briggs. I should probably read these before I put them up on screen. I think the problem always has been and always will be for some reason it's hard to get coaches to buy coming into Arkansas for football. Yeah, it's a tough task, and don't worry about the spelling. I'm the last one to give people a hard time about that. You're right. I mean, I think at Arkansas, depending on resources that are promised to them before they get here, I think any coach, if they come in here just with what any other coach before them has received, it's a tough place to succeed, especially with how these other schools are pouring all this money into the program. These boosters are stepping up to the table. It is not an easy task to turn things around until one day when the NCAA or Congress or whoever it is, the powers that be, put some type of regulations on here and give us some kind of a easy or an even playing field. Until that happens, whew, it's a tough place because, obviously I'm a diehard Razorback fan, and I think it just makes sense. I think once people come here and step foot on campus, they realize how special it is. But it's a hard sell if people aren't from here. We were talking about this earlier today. Like, if you're looking for potential 5-star players to come to your program, those are guys, and if they pan out to be 5-star players, those are guys who can help change your program. But let's just say if they're in Texas, or let's just say if they're in Florida, or say they're in Mississippi. Maybe you get an edge on Mississippi, but Florida and Texas, when they take visits to those schools, it's just, it would take a lot to get them to pick Arkansas. It really would. Not too often do we get 5-star players that don't have some kind of tie to Arkansas. And that just wants to get me started on in-state recruiting. I actually talked today in person to the number 2 recruit in the state, and we had a really good conversation. And we did a whole little interview. We're showcasing him on 4th and 5 as some of the top talent around the state. And I asked him the question because he's currently committed to SMU, and I said, "You're from Arkansas. Um, what did Arkansas miss on, or what did they not do in the recruiting process to get you to come to Arkansas? I mean, I mean, he looks the part. I walked up and saw this dude, and I was like, okay, yeah, you looks like you're ready to play like right now. And I told him you don't have to answer if you don't want to. And he paused, and he says, "This is going to sound bad, all right." And I'll leave you with that. All right. Stay tuned for that interview to drop. It was very eye-opening and interesting and stuff I still can't understand. Matthew Lee, yeah, he's hopping in. Can we still Dabo from Clemson? After the post-game interview last weekend, they don't seem happy with him. He'd want to get paid though. I think the board of trustees, I think the athletic director and the president of the school are more than happy with Dabo. I think when you're so used to success, look at Alabama. They lose a game and they're ready to go ahead and fire their new coach who won 9 games last year. It's just when you win so much, the standard's so high. And Dabo said it perfectly. Like, if they don't want me here, fine. I'll go somewhere else and I'll go coach instantly. But in the past 10 years, out of the eight of those, we won the conference, and we've won 2 national championships, and we've been to the playoffs. I mean, I think Dabo is just fine over there in Clemson, and I would be shocked if anything happens after that. Alex Shirley, I got asked if I wanted to go. Oh, you're having a whole side conversation. Is that what that is? Okay, you're talking to Val Power right now. This is from Fencered. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Hunter is def on his way out, or wouldn't be talking like that. Um, I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that. Are they talking to Gruden? I mean, Gruden, I think with the stuff he's put on the table and how much he's talked about Arkansas, um, and it depends on where they are with Coach Pittman and the integrity of talking to potential options of who's next. But I just don't see those conversations happening between Hunter Yurachek and Jay Gruden while Coach Pittman's the head coach, unless they know something we don't know. So I'd be shocked if that's happening. Earthman is here. Earthman, Arkansas 14, Memphis 35. Arkansas is going to blow Memphis out of the water. And if I'm wrong, then y'all can go ahead and clip this and rerun it. Fine. But just from what I've seen on tape, unless I'm looking at something that is catching me off guard. I really just don't see it happening. Not at all. Chris Caver, not Carver, is in the house. This will be fun. Most people's expectations for Razorback football are too low. The teams you are on set the standard. A lot of money in Arkansas. Razorback football isn't seeing it. The right leadership will get it. I would say when Arkansas has been at its best, correct me if I'm wrong, at least from what I remember, and I'm not an historian in Arkansas football, but the Darren McFadden's, the Matt Jones, the Joe Adams, the Ryan Malletts, the Jarius Wrights, most of those guys were from the state of Arkansas. And like I said, people kind of go back and forth with me all the time and they say, well, the in-state talent's just not that good. When we miss on all of our top players year in and year out, and they're going somewhere else contributing to other schools, and some of them get lost in the wash, that's fine. But when it gets back to having players that, yes, the money absolutely is number one thing in their mind, as it should be. If you're 18 years old, who else wouldn't think that way? But there is an extra added layer of, this is my home, and there's something that comes with a little bit of, I'm from Arkansas. Let's do this thing. Strap up. Let's get to it. I think that's what it would take, and the right leadership in place to bring that element back. And obviously, yeah, come with a couple other players from out of state as well. What is this? Undermine. You must be a Memphis fan. 52-13. Okay, sorry. You're saying the Razorbacks are going to win. I'm with you. I think it's an absolute blowout. I don't know why I feel that way, but I just do. I think just the same way people were talking about A-State, and I said Arkansas is going to win by at least 46. I was close. It was 42. People said I was crazy. I just don't see it. No way, dude. Earthman, where are you from besides Earth? So don't get smart with me. I want to know where you're from. Hey, I want to say this too. If anybody wants to be a part of the show, we're trying some new elements to 4th and 5. If you are, write it in the chat room right now, and I'm gonna send you a link, okay? And I'm gonna pull up your video or pull up your audio, you pick, and then we can have a conversation about a couple things. If you're interested in that, just go ahead and put it in the chat, and I'll tell you to go ahead and send me your email. Rich Nolan has a comment right here. Will Bobby P be the head coach? Will be a head coaching option if things go south? I don't think he'll be here next year if he's not the guy. That's a good question. I think he's happy. I think he's content. I think it depends on who, if there is a coaching change, which I don't know, and I'm not trying to stir up that pot. If there is, I would be shocked if he stays. Because that new coach would have to be okay with not bringing in his own guys. And so now, if it opens up sooner than later, let's just say if everything falls apart and they have to make a decision before the end of the year is over, obviously the two candidates I am assuming would be Coach Williams or Coach Petrino. And if it comes down to that, I think it would be Coach Petrino. I'm not trying to sound disrespectful. I just think it would. Darren Hood, call me crazy, but I still think we can go 9-3. Okay. Darren, let me know who the other two losses are. Okay. We already got one. Let me know who the other two are. Oh, saw that. Just saw that. It wasn't me just thinking that. Real Valpal said the same thing. This is from B Hole. Hope I'm saying that right. DJ, can Arkansas defense be fixed, or do you think the defense will struggle the rest of the season? Ooh, right now it looks tough just based off what I saw on film. But no, I'm not counting that out yet. I think what Lane Kiffin does so well is he figures out weaknesses, and he calls like the same play, but he calls it in different ways because it's still picking on the weak link of the defense. It depends if it's a linebacker trying to get out to the flat. Hey, we motion before the snap and they struggle with communication trying to change plays. Kiffin sees it all over the tape, and he is a brilliant play caller. Now, you're probably thinking, well, won't other coaches see that too? Yes, I just don't think they're as talented as Lane Kiffin. Just like the other end of the spectrum, I just don't think people are as talented as Coach Petrino. Now, if we had to play a Coach Petrino every single week, then I would be extremely nervous for our defense, but that's not the case. There's only so many of those minds in college football that are out there. Undermine says Razorback fan till I die. I appreciate that. I'm right there with you. Another score prediction 44-10. Tony, I'm assuming you mean in Arkansas's favor. If so, I'm there with you. I'm interested for show. All right, Ladarius. If you want to hop on this thing, all you have to do is in the chat, put your email and I'll send you a link. Okay. But don't be acting no fool. All right. I'll get you out of here ASAP. But I'd love for you to hop on and have a conversation. I think that'd be pretty cool. From Val Pal, if there's a coaching change, Petrino would be the. Oh, she's just saying. She's not asking questions. She's just telling you what it would be. This is from Nathan. If the defense has another bad game, do we fire T. Will? No. I'd be shocked. And it depends on. See, this is the thing. We're not privy to locker room conversations. Coach Pittman said in the press conference, obviously, we need to talk about defense. We can't get calls in late. We can't make checks at the line that cause for people to move formations and be in the spot late. So that's definitely him saying, I need T. Will not to do what he's doing in those situations to put our guys in a bad spot to be successful. So obviously the conversations are happening. But that's just part of it. They'll adjust. He's a former player. He gets it. Boom. Michael, how stupid or clueless are the people in charge above Hunter? I need you. Be a little bit more detailed. Give me a little bit more so I can answer that. I'm going to assume not stupid, but I need a little bit more. Okay. This is from John. Do you think Petrino has the same fire today as he did? Definitely passionate about the game. Now, his approach has changed. If that's what you mean by fire, it's a little different. And he's kind of alluded to it. He says, now that he's gotten a little older and been through a couple things, his approach has been different. He's even admitted it. Though I think sometimes it'd be nice if we light a fire under some people's butt. Yes, 100%. Rich Nolan says, Darren, you're crazy. You're crazy. Arkansas is a USA conference team. That got brought up today. You as Razorback fans, would you want to leave the SEC and potentially be a team that could win 9 to 10 win games every year or 9 to 10 games every year? Would you want that? Or do you want to stay in the SEC and just have to go above and beyond in financing, recruiting, portal, have to be the best of the best just to compete, to be competitive in the SEC every year? What would you pick? Oh, okay. That is the thing that popped up. If you want to join and you want me to send you an email, for some reason, whenever you put the @ sign, it won't send it. I don't know why. And so send your email. You can see this right here. Great job, Valpal. Send your email without the @ sign. Just put whatever it is, Gmail, and don't even put the .com. I know what it is after that, okay? If you want to be a part of the show, that's the way to do it. 9-3 ain't happening. Like I said, who was the person who said earlier that we're going 9-3? I want you to tell me what the other 2 losses are. All right, here we go. Offense was 107 the year before Coach Petrino. So that would have been with Dan Enos until he got fired, and then Kenny Guyton took over. And 10 in his first year and 5 this year. Whoo! Coach Petrino, the whole team would improve like the offense did with Bobby Petrino in charge. I did not know that. It's a big difference. Thanks for the input right there. Earthman is a troll. 2-10. You're saying we're done for the whole year? Earthman, get out of here. I'm with you, and I don't know how to pronounce that name. He's definitely trolling. All right, here we go. We asked Darren Hood, who are the other two losses? Okay, if we go 9-3, Tennessee and A&M. If not A&M, then LSU. That's not how that works. I need you to pick. All right, that means 3. That game is like Ole Miss. Something weird always happens. I'm not too. If I had to pick out of those 3, Texas A&M, Tennessee, and LSU, who do I think we are most likely to beat? I'll go Texas A&M. The edge would be because we play them at home. We got Tennessee at Knoxville, which is insane, and y'all know Death Valley. It's pretty wild. Chris Caver in the house. I'm a Petrino guy. I have his book. I didn't even know he had a book. I wish I would have gotten it signed at Countdown to Kickoff. Well, Chris, guess what? I know somebody. Now, I am bad about doing tasks, but I could potentially get that book signed for you. Okay? Potentially. As long as I don't talk too much crap on my breakdowns. Is the season over if we lose to Memphis? Whoo. It sure would feel like it. It really would in the moment. It would take a lot to bounce back from that. But I think if we go down there and lay an egg in Memphis, that whole week leading up to Notre Dame would just feel awful. I know Razorback fans, we'd be ready to say, that's it. No more. Can't do it anymore. Be tough. We got a lot of questions coming in. We need to do this more often. I can't really get to them all. I guess I can. We'll be here all night. It don't matter. And once again, big shout out. We got merch out. Let me take a little break, show you some merch. How about that? Stand by one quick second. Let me bring this up on the screen for everybody. Nice. Oh, this would be maybe a good chance to tell y'all what we have going on. Let me hook this up. Sorry, y'all. I should have been prepared. I'll get back to answering questions here in just a second. How do I drag that over? Like that? All right. Un momento. What scene am I on? Stand by. Getting there. This is our website. Okay. So it'd be super awesome if y'all wanted to be a part of the website. It's at 4th and 5. That's how it's spelled out right there on your screen. 4th and 5 AR.com. Okay. And that'd be a really cool way to be a part of everything. See all these tabs we have put out. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry. So this is still in construction. So the tabs with Josh and Matt and Grant, they don't have a link to them yet. But y'all know we have all of our segments and our breakdowns throughout the week. So you would essentially just click on a tab. So I have mine uploaded. I promise I'm not being selfish. But if you click on this button, it'll take you to all of my breakdowns, our previous breakdowns throughout the week. And so it'll be the same thing with Josh's scouting report, Grant's O-line stuff, and getting defensive with Matt. We got our high school stuff, we got our Razorback stuff, and this is our merch site. If you want some cool stuff, head on over there, click that tab, and we have it all laid out for everybody right there. Okay, so your hats, your hoodies, when it gets cold, you got these bundle boxes that you can get. Just another way to support 4th and 5. And where's some merch? Be real cool merch. 4th and 5 AR.com is the place to go. And when you get to the Razorbacks, pops up, it has all of our coverage from what we've did as far as our latest games. I need to update that stuff. This is where you can vote on the Southwest Auto Drive of the game. And one thing I really want to start get going is if you go past this, yeah, this is we have a chat room. Okay, so you see this chat right here. All you have to do is click on this and then put in a username. And I want to start building up an audience of people like here where y'all can get into our chat room and we'll post a question of the week once a week. So, what are your thoughts after the Ole Miss loss? Okay, so y'all can get in there, create your own username, and just kind of go back and forth, have fun. I think chat rooms are super fun. Be very excited for that. We have our socials where you can follow everything, and links that goes back to our sponsors. And real quick, I don't know how much y'all keep up with high school football, but these are current rankings around the state of players, and these are our current high school players of the week that we want y'all to vote on. So if y'all go to 4th-and-5ar.com, go to the high school tab, go down to the bottom, and you can vote on who you think is your high school player of the week, which I thought I put new people in there, but I don't see them. So don't vote on that just yet. I'll go fix that later. But yeah, it'd be really cool if y'all could follow us along on our website, and I'll do a better job about keeping up on stuff. But most importantly, subscribing on our channel is the best way to support 4th and 5. All right, let me get back to the questions. First of all, thank you so much, Samuel. Says love the show. Really does mean a lot. Also, too, want to know. I don't know if y'all watch our pregame show. We're really looking for some input on how to maybe switch some things up. I went back and watched, and we do a lot of breakdowns throughout the week, and we were trying to do it in the pregame show as well. I feel like it was just dragging the show. If you, as a viewer, if you're looking at a pregame show for Arkansas, what do you want that show to look like? What elements do you want to it? Do you want some fun stuff that's maybe not football, but kind of entertaining? Do you want the breakdowns? Really trying to build this and cater it to what our viewers want. I'm trying not to be stubborn and thinking this is the way it should be. Don't have time for that. Here's a comment from Wade's World. DJ, you got Arkansas covering? Yes. I wish I would have got it at 6.5. I will say that. I think I locked in at 7. I put $100 on it. I feel very confident about it. This is Nathan. 10-2 offense with a 2-10 defense. It's still a little early, but that is what it looks like. It's still too early. Oh my gosh. Earthman, you're insane. I'm not even putting it up. Oh, Air Mama Troll, you muddy pig. Earthman, you're insane. You're wild. I know y'all probably like, what did he say, DJ? I don't think, y'all can't see this. I only laugh at that because I had a coworker. Her name was Natalie, and anytime I tried to give her a joke, she would always say, your mom. That's fine. Earthman, I'm cool with the trolling, which is awesome. If you could not put the emoji middle finger, that'd be very much appreciated. All right. Is that cool? Can we agree to that at least? I just don't want that to pop up because eventually I want to bring up everything like this. But if we have people in there doing some wild stuff, I can't. Huh? No, he's putting up a middle finger. I'm looking at it right here. You don't see it? Here, come look. What's that look like?
Having your back too.
No, that's fun. El Guapo, why are you taking Miss Arkansas to Chili's? First of all, it was her idea. She said, "Can we go to Chili's?" That's how you know you got a good one. All right, El Guapo, let me live. And how'd you know? Oh, you must have been listening to the show. All right, here we go. This is from Luke. DJ, when I watch our defense, I feel like Steven Dix Jr. is always in terrible position. Doesn't that kind of signal that he might not have the ball knowledge to be a green sticker guy for the D? Y'all are asking some good ones. So last year when I watched Steven Dix, like I said, if you were to have a clay mold of what a football player should look like, carve it out of clay, you're going to get Steven Dix. All right. Last year, very physical player, very aggressive, just out of place a lot. Sometimes going into like gaps that were already occupied. You could kind of see it throughout the tape all last year. The same thing with Mitchell in the secondary as well. I see it from both of them. Exceptional athletes. But the football intelligent aspect of it, sometimes I'm thinking, where we at? What you saw Ole Miss do a lot was a little bit of Lane Kiffin taking advantage of how tucked in he was into the box, or like, closer, like inside the tackles, trying to paint the picture for you. And he would just rush out to the flat knowing that Dix was going to have a hard time getting out there. I think savvy players kind of pick up on tendencies and they're just like, okay, I got to stop letting this guy out leverage me and beat me to the corner. You would like to see that. So, Luke, you bring up a good point. Now, I know they wouldn't give it to him if they thought he couldn't handle it. I'm surprised Sorry wasn't the sticker guy, to be honest. That kind of caught me off guard when I first heard of that. This is from Pastor Randy C. Williams, the alcoholic pastor. What does that mean? He drinks and he loves Jesus? Do you think there will be an AD change after Hunter's No, because it's the truth. I don't think he does that if he feels like that is a fireable offense. I really don't. And it's unfortunate truth. Now, I know everybody's thinking, even if it's true, maybe sometimes keep some things to yourself. And I'm with you. Not so much when it comes to this team isn't set up for a program and who it may affect. My thing is, by default, and I'll say this on the pregame show Saturday, by him saying that this team financially is not set up to win a national championship, by default, it also means that he doesn't believe that the players on our team are good enough to win a national championship, because him saying we need more money to win it means we need to pay better players to be able to win a national championship. Even if you out there think that is true, to take us to the next level, we do have some top tier talent on our team. Yes, I agree with that. I wish we had more of it. But I just think maybe you think twice about saying that out loud. Kind of gives me a little bit of a same feel when Coach Pittman's, made the comments before the Ole Miss game when he was mic'd up. And he says, they got the Louis Vuitton over there and we're working on the blue light special, like at Kmart. I mean, sounds funny and cute, but like if I were a player, I'd be like, dang, coach, that's how you feel. Now, obviously, they have a better relationship with Coach Pittman than I do, and they probably didn't take it that way. And maybe he's said it like that before. Still, it's just don't give people a reason to even talk about it. Sound like a plan? Wow, we got a lot of people in here. I want somebody to join me. All right. I'm tired of talking to myself. All right. Send in your email, but don't add the @ sign, and I'll send you a link to where you can hop in here and join the conversation. You can ask any question you want, and we can talk about it. I so wish we could hire Jesse Mintner as a defensive coordinator and followed Harbaugh from Michigan to Chargers, but his dad, Rick Mintner, hopefully I'm saying that right, what is that? Am I reading that wrong or is that spelt wrong? Graduate assistant coach with the Hogs in 1978. I'm not sure who that is. I'll be honest with you. I'll do my research and I'll try to answer that question later. Samuel Brooks, watched your defense breakdown for the Hogs yesterday. I was very nervous for the rest of the year if the Hogs can't get it fixed yet. If they can't get it fixed, you are rightfully you're in the right to feel nervous. If they can't get it fixed, I think they handle business against Memphis. I talked to Caleb Wooden today, actually, our guy in the secondary. I pointed him out in my breakdown. And so the conversations we have with them live on air today were just, you could tell the defensive players they're taking it personal, as they should. Never should have got to that point in the first place. But they said they're going to try to, simplify some things, get back to the basics. And some people say, just make it simple. Bend, don't break. You can only do simple on defense if you have 4 guys up front on the defensive line who can get the job done without needing to bring pressure. All right. We don't have that. That's not a knock. And if my defensive guys are listening to that and you think that's offensive, well, then let's turn it up a notch. All right. That's the best way to shut people up, is with your play, with what you put out on the field. Oh, you don't think we can get pressure? Show me. Be a competitor. And if that pisses you off, good. If it doesn't piss you off, that's a problem. Somebody's saying that we can't be simple because we don't have the guys up front to simplify things. Take it personal. I hope you do. Okay, Earthman, you're back. You're back on track. You're not saying crazy stuff. When Arkansas play Texas, the outcome of the game will be Texas 45, Arkansas 17. Earthman, are you a Texas fan? I'm assuming you are, since you put the Longhorns up. I'm curious, how do you feel about Arch Manning, who's supposed to be the greatest thing of college football since Tim Tebow or Cam Newton? I want to know your thoughts, Earthman, on rate him from a 1 to 10, rate him on how good of a quarterback he is for the Texas Longhorns. Damn, we got a lot of comments coming in. Here we go. I'd rather stay in the SEC. More excitement to me. I'm with you. I want to be in the SEC. I want to be in the best conference. Undermine said the same thing. Here we go. All right, Joshua. I got my first email. Let me send you one. Hopefully, I'm putting this in right. Invite guest. Copy. No, you cannot change stuff on my show. So I'm only giving you limited access. Limited access. All right, let me get rid of that. Let me bring this down to. Sorry, y'all. Sending somebody invite to join the show so I don't have to do this all by myself. Tried to call Josh. He didn't pick up. He probably knows we're doing this. I think I spelled all that right, Barton. All right. I got it. 26. Boom. Join the show, fool. Don't say nothing. That the subject's going to be don't say nothing crazy. Jeez, this is a bad idea. I know it is. I mean, it sounds like a good idea, but the last thing I need is to open up this video and you show something crazy. All right. Gonna get me banned. Good night. Everything big in Texas, except Eli or Arch Manning's potential at the moment. Arkansas doesn't belong in the SEC. I agree, but not Conference USA. Okay. Chris, what was your last statement? Did you see Chris's? Okay. Who's that? I think T. Will really likes his defense. That's why he trusted them to check in the game. Simplifying will only make this defense show what he sees in them. Ooh. So you're saying, hold on. I think T. Will really likes his defense. That's why he trusted them to check in the game. I'm assuming that's what you meant. Simplifying will only make this defense show what he sees in them. Okay. I see it. So if you simplify it, then we'll really know. I don't really know how to answer that question, Chris. I'm trying. Da-da-da. Like everybody's there. Petrino wrote a book. That's what I said. Carlos like, that's what I'm wondering about the book. I didn't know that either. I sent Joshua an email. So Joshua, all you have to do is click that link in your email to join the show. Yeah, Chris, I'm not sure, man. I'd have to really think about that. That question's kind of confusing to me. Here we go. DJ, whose offense is better, 2025 or the Hogs? Stop. Stop. Come on, y'all. That 2010 offense. Come on. What are we doing? Ryan Mallett, now Davis, Dennis Johnson, Greg Childs, Kobe Hamilton, Joe Adams, Jarius Wright. I mean, what are we doing? DeMarcus Love, Ray Dominguez, Travis Swanson, Grant Cook, Wade Grayson, Alvin Bailey. What are we doing? Come on, man. Just keep it going. Jerry Lockhart. Let's just be honest. T. Will better. Here we go. Here we go. Let's just be honest. T. Will better wake up in the defense before Bobby P gets pissed off and take over. Sam wouldn't care because he just wants his job. Got to score. Earthman, I do agree everything is big in Texas, including losses. Horns down. Oh, and that's coming from a Texas person. How about that? Earthman is a Texas fan. That explains a lot. Y'all two are just going at it. Actually, how about this? Earthman in Finsard 02. Why don't y'all both send me your emails? Don't add the @ sign, and I'll just let y'all come in here and talk about it in person. What is that? Oh, look at that. Ladarius sent me a little something something. Did he send me an email? In the chat. You did? Ladarius, send it to me in the chat and just don't add the @ sign. Okay. I'll know where it's supposed to be. It's right before the whatever.com. Okay. And don't put the .com. I know what it is after that. Okay. Thanks for the donation. That's awesome, man. Hey, where's the bottom? I'm so far behind. I'm so far behind. Jeez. What separates Bobby Petrino? Oh, look at this. Chris holding it down with the donation. Super chat. Ooh-wee. Thank you. What separates Bobby Petrino from an average offensive coordinator play call? I don't know what it is. And this dude just must not care about anything else about football. But I remember when I was playing, we were getting ready to play Ole Miss, and the very first play of the game, or maybe the first third down of the game, Coach Petrino said, okay, they're going to be in this defense. DJ, it was Greg Hardy. He's going to be in a 9 technique. All you have to do is jab at him. He's going to jump outside. When you look to your left, there's going to be a linebacker right in the middle. Make sure you stair step him, come across, and then look over. Mallett's going to put the ball right outside the tackle box, and then you're going to turn upfield. No one's going to be ahead of you. I'm like, how the hell do you know that? You don't know what's going to happen. And I'll be dang, if that didn't just happen, it was insane. He just lives and breathes it, and he's done it for so long, and he picks up on tendencies, and he also knows what I think makes him special. He gives the defense the look that they want, because he knows if we come out in a certain formation and the defense, what they think is going to work best for that is going to be a certain look. We used to do this all the time at Arkansas. We would break the huddle in a formation with no intention of running a play in that formation. We were just waiting for the defense to make the check. And then whenever we saw it, then we would kind of give each other a sign, like me and Mallet. We knew what it was. It was a little code word that said, hey, they're doing what we thought they were going to do. Now we know what to run. And it would work every time. So we show them what they want. Then it makes them get into the formation we want. And we know kind of the trick play to run. There was one instance where we knew if I lined up on the left side in a regular formation, it's just me on the left, the receivers on the other side, and we had one back in the backfield. We knew that the team was going to come out in what they call a bear front. And so there's a defensive end outside of me, and then there's a linebacker or a safety that's head up on me, and I'm his only responsibility. Well, we knew if I set back and act like I'm pass blocking, he would then turn into a rusher and engage. And so that's what we did. I would set back and pass, and as soon as he looked, he's like, okay. Then he would rush Mallet. Then Mallet would know. I would give him the code word, like, I'm not gonna say what it does or say what it was to give it away, but I would be like, "Skiwee!" And then he would just turn around and throw it to me wide open. But that's Coach Petrino's brilliance of, like, he's playing chess out there. It's insane. What's DJ's favorite place to eat besides Mainline? Uh, I like a lot of spots here in Little Rock. We go to Yaya's a lot. It's in West Little Rock's a good spot. I like to cook, to be honest. I like to cook a lot. Oh, we got more super chats coming in. Where are you seeing these at? I'm still that far behind. How many? Oh wow, this is the craziest our chat has ever been. Ladarius, dang, I'm just now seeing that. Did he ever send his email? Can I send people messages? Reply. Add to block list. I can't do that. Oh, there it is. You still here? I'm working on it, y'all. Can't post messages to some channels. See if that goes to you. Ooh, I'm in the chat now. Thanks, Chris. DJ, what's your take? Is Chambliss a good quarterback? Oof. That's a good question. He looked good. I know that. Now, was he taking it? Was he just feeding off Lane Kiffin being really good at playing calls and our offense being so out of whack? I don't know. I feel like any quarterback could have looked good against us on defense last Saturday. The jury's out. We'll see what we do. All right, here we go. Another super chat. This is from Brooks. Thank you for the $5 donation. Means a lot. Gonna have to put points on the board. It's who we are. Let's not have a funeral, but rather accept it. I mean, there was a lot of times when we played where we knew, hey, we got to put up at least 45 today, and we would. I mean, we put up 48, something like that against Auburn, and we still lost. That's a tough day. We did the same thing to a couple other teams. Georgia, my junior year, we put up 40 plus, and we still lost. You don't want that. That's not a recipe for success at all. I mean, that's just so hard to keep up week in and week out. But I would say we were that talented on the offensive side of the ball. Hey, Larry Stroud, am I saying this right? Did I get a cash app from you as a parting gift for KRK for today? I think that was you. Let me look at this. I think it was. Do you also go by Lance? Is that a thing? He does go by Lance. That was really nice of you. I really appreciate that. That was a fun little farewell, kind of bittersweet. Um, that really means a lot. Thank you, Mr. Shroud. And hopefully I'm saying that name right. Yep, sure was. Um, knock it off, Brian Lowe. What the hell is this? Ladarius? Oh, okay. I thought maybe that was your email address. Stop. I'm with you. Look at this. Brian Lowe, Bobby washed up. Bobby who? Petrino? Okay, now I get it, Ladarius. Ladarius, you sent me your email yet? And I sent my other guy email. Where's it at? Hopefully I sent it to the right person. I want you to join the show. Barton, did I spell that right? Barton Joshua. I think I did. Barton, it's in your email. Did you give up on me? Ladarius Perry. Okay, Ladarius, send me your email. What are we doing? You don't add the at sign. How many times am I gonna say that? Just put your email, no at, and then let me know if it's Gmail or Yahoo or whatever, and I'll add the .com. Ta-da. What big game? What big game hasn't Petrino won? I mean, I can just go back to my senior year. I mean, 3 games. The 3 games we lost: Alabama, Auburn, and Ohio State. All really significant games. Auburn went on to win the national championship that year. Ohio State was in the Sugar Bowl, and at the time, Alabama was the number 1 team in the country when they came to Fayetteville. I would say that if I had to pick. Besides that, he's been pretty darn good. You want me to repeat it again? Why? Alabama, Auburn, and Ohio State. Oh yeah, that was it. Um, Here it is. Sorry, Jackson says, my boy DJ. Appreciate all you do. Look forward to the vids every week. Thank you. And don't forget, we're still trying to fine tune some things. So things you like, things you don't like, let us know and we'll try to adjust on the fly. Okay. Do you see any private donators stepping up in a big way after Hunter's interview? No. um, brother, I haven't you this email 10 times. What? He has to be adding that sign. I ain't seen that one email. Somebody said fax it over. Dang. Where's that at? Look, he says fax it over. That's funny. Ladarius, I ain't got nothing. Maybe there's a way. Put user in time. No, we're not gonna put you in timeout. I wish there was a way to click on your. I'm gonna put a star by you, okay? Okay. I need everybody here in the chat to help me with Ladarius. All right. So if y'all see it, let's walk him through it. Ladarius, your email address. Type it in the comment right now. But don't put the at, don't put Gmail, don't put .com, don't put any of that. Just put everything before the at sign. But don't put the at sign. That's all I want. And I'll be looking for your next message. So if you send anything else besides that, now I'm going to think you're trolling me. All right. I got to get you in here. Brian Lowe. Wow. Gus Malzahn for head coach. Stop. Brooks. Hey, Brooks, I'm gonna do this every night if you keep on hooking it up like that. Is that number 2? They called you down by the top of your wrist in the Sugar Bowl. It's awful. Y'all remember that? I thought I had an ESPN top 10. I'm not gonna lie. Now, the thing is, the very next week, Michael Dyer, Little Rock Christian from Little Rock, he's a running back from Auburn in the national championship, did the exact same thing. And they even slow-moed it and everything. And they said he wasn't down. What are we doing? Thanks for the donation. Thanks for the donation. Oh, we're getting Ladarius all. Oh, Ladarius 23. Okay. Now I need to know, is it Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook? What is it? That's all I need to know. Ladarius 23, and I'm assuming it's going to be. Okay, you said the same thing I said. We're on the same page. We're getting there. We're getting there, Ladarius. This is from Landon Martin. Thoughts on Rhett Lashley coming back home when Pitt retires? I know a lot of people think about that. He has a really good thing going on at SMU, but I think he would very much love the opportunity to be a coach in the SEC. Has ties here, obviously. Okay, we got Ladarius. Thank God. All right. I can see that happen. I actually talked to one of his recruits today from Arkansas, the number 2 player in the state, and he loves Coach Ashley. He does a great job recruiting. Great job recruiting. All right, here we go. Let me make sure I spell this right. Barton left me hanging. I sent him an email. He didn't want to hop in. All right, here we go, Ladarius. This is just for you, Ladar. I'm kind of excited to meet you now. What was that, 23? And email. Join the show. Oh. Uh-oh. You went away. Invite guest. What'd you say? Are y'all on Ladarius' head? Oh my gosh, look at this. He said hit Ladarius up on his pager. Dang. Michael, give Ladarius a break. Oh no. Here we go. Ladarius need a carrier pigeon. Gonna send a raven. Jeez. Chill, Michael. Well, all right, here we go. All right. Ladarius, I sent you an email. Smoke signals for Ladarius. Oh, I can't wait. Oh yeah. That's hilarious. I'm gonna pin that one. I'm pinning that one to the top.
You have any merch yet, Dustin? Get on Dustin.
Dustin. Oh, look who's here. Ladarius is here. Hey, Ladarius, stand by. I want to talk about merch real quick. Where'd that go? Did you see that? Yeah. So, you have any merch yet? So, yeah, let me go ahead and pull this back up. Did I cancel out of that? Give me 1 second. Once again, I'll make it quick and easy. We have a new website now, so I want everybody to hang out with us and follow us on our website. You can hop on the chat rooms, create your own chat room, do all that good stuff. Once again, it's super easy. I'm gonna pull it up for you right now. Maybe. Where's it at? Ooh. 1 second. I tried to pull it up. Share screen. Ladarius, give me a second. I see you in the waiting room. I can't get that pulled up. I'm sorry. Yeah, we have you can go to fourthandfivear.com for merch. You can also go to our YouTube page, and there's a shop page on our YouTube page, or you can visit allameshops.com. 3 different places I gave you for a chance to get some merch. Okay. The easiest one would probably go to the YouTube page and go to our storefront, and you can get your merch there. All right, without further ado, join in the show. Maybe. Oh, that's why I couldn't see anything. Ladarius, what's going on? Welcome to 4th and 5. How are you?
What's up, boss man? Appreciate you having me.
Of course, man. I'm finally glad we got it all hooked up with the email address. We're good to go.
Yeah, man. I really don't appreciate Mike either. I don't know you, brother, but I ain't got a pager. I'm a little young for a pager, man.
Mike is on your head. He
Yeah,
is
man,
on
on my
your
top.
head. Where's he at? Let me pull that back up. Where's that? Which one did he say? I'll find it here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, he said hit you up on the pager. All right, now I want to ask, have you ever had a pager?
Nah, man, I ain't old enough for a pager. I never even seen one.
He said I'm old enough to see a pager. All right, Ladarius, what you got for us? Join 4th and 5. Give me some good football knowledge. What do you think about the Hogs so far this year?
I kind of it's going how I thought it was gonna go. Nothing against my boy T. Will, but I felt like he was overrated from the beginning. That
Ooh.
coach was the thing, though. I really like that little rap thing he did.
Yeah, yeah. So defense when it comes to Ole Miss, are you giving? I feel like people aren't giving enough credit to Lane Kiffin. I mean, I feel like Lane Kiffin does that to a lot of people, just like Coach Petrino. Do you think that's just one of those days, or are we going to struggle the rest of the year defensively?
No, I think that what people were alluded to earlier. I think they was just making it too complicated. Honestly,
Yeah.
like just a bunch of movement. I don't think they was set once in the first half, and then they kind of figured it out in the second half. You can see they simplified a lot of things, like Coach Pittman alluded to during his interview. But I think when I say he overrated, I just don't think whatever defense people was expecting, they shouldn't be expecting it. Like we probably be
Yeah,
bottom half of the defense.
I think his like coming out party where people were just like, "Whoa!" Last year at Tennessee, when he did like the 2 down linemen, the 3 down linemen had like 6 to 7 DBs on the field, and but that kind of got figured out real quick. But like I said, I've had a chance to talk with him a few times, and I love him, man. I think he's great. I've seen him at practice, but yeah, if they have to get to a point where they simplify things, I think that's going to be the key. Like these last minute checks, moving formation. If we just go straight up and play base defense, do you think our D line is good enough for that?
Yeah, well, I was watching. Well, I watch a lot of the film you show, but then I went back and rewatched. You got me thinking. I know what I'm looking at. But Quincy Rose looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought. I
And
just felt like there
and
was
he
no
was
pressure
hurt.
up
He
the
was
middle.
hurt. He was limited all week in practice. So he played hurt and he was still almost there. They just DBs needed to hold off a little bit more. So go ahead, keep going. Quincy Rose is good.
Nah, that was. I mean, I just thought he looked good. I thought we just didn't have no pressure up the middle. I felt like whenever Boone or whoever our edge rushers were that were close to getting to him, he could just step up in the pocket because the front of the pocket was so light. I feel like Cam Ball didn't show up like I thought he was.
Where you at on Cam Ball?
Uh, I feel like he fifth year senior, third team ISCC. You get what you. I wasn't expecting much. I feel like I got a homeboy. He coached down in Texas. He always told me you spent 5 years in college, you're not that good. But that's his opinion, not mine. But he might have a point. But I don't know. You tell me how you feel about that comment.
I say the same thing. No. It depends, but all right, fine. We're gonna be honest. This is what we do 4th and 5. Do
Yeah,
you
man, keep it
appreciate the
real.
honesty? Okay, yeah, we keep it real 4th and 5. Yeah. When I hear stuff about being offered up so much money, and passing up on bags and bags and bags and bags of money to stay here at Arkansas. He had an interview not too long ago in the riding around thing, and I thought that was really cool. I really love that show, and I love Campbell. I like his personality. He is what you need as far as like energy within the team. But then he brought up the money again, talking about, yeah, I passed up on big money. And the guy asked him, like, we talking car money or house money? And then he says, big house money. And I'm thinking, okay, we have now repeatedly talked about how much money you passed up on to stay here and ball out. And I'm over here thinking, like, why don't we start playing like big, big, big money? Like, give me some
Yeah.
sacks, get that pressure up the middle. Don't let the guy step up. Be somebody who is an issue on the D line that warrants you to be able to say that we're getting all this offer. And like I said, so yeah, I only say that because I've started to realize some of the guys start watching this show because some are starting to follow, some comment. I see him in person. We had Carmona join the show, and I remember last year this last spring I was at practice. I came up next to Cam Ball, who just got done with surgery, and I said, "You doing all right?" He says, "Yeah, I'm doing good. As long as you don't start talking about me on your podcast." And I said, "As long as you play good, you ain't got nothing to worry about." All right,
Yeah,
and
man, we keep it
so
real on the 4th and 5. Just ball out. We
yeah,
ain't
we
gonna say
keep it
nothing
real.
about you.
Yeah, so that's what I'm about. And it's just, I think we need him to play better than he is right now. And that's a high expectation. That's fine. I mean, I think he would want that as a team captain and a leader. So, yeah, we need him to step up in a
Can
big way
Can
if
I
we
ask
want
you
this
something, DJ?
defense.
This really what I wanted to ask. This is why I was so adamant on getting on the show.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right. So what Yurichek said, we not built for whatever because NIL. He hates the NIL basically. At
Yeah.
what point does it get to, all right, no matter if we spend all this money on 5 stars, you have to develop whatever players come on campus. Because 5-star don't mean you NFL ready. You still have to be developed a little
Yep.
bit. So you can have all these 5 stars, but if you still got, I don't think Sam Pittman terrible, but if you don't have any coaches developing them, what's the point of spending all the money on the 5 stars? I really want to hear your thoughts on that.
No, I mean, the word development of a player, man, that's tough nowadays. And I do not envy coaches. Because I thought we had a few guys that we were developing. I mean, along with Braxton last year, Luke. We wanted him to come along. We were curious about what a healthy Luke has would look like. Patrick Kudis back healthy. Let's develop him. Let him be a guy. T.J. Metcalf. We had our linebacker Spence, who's now at Texas. Like, we were in the process of doing exactly what you said is necessary for success in a program, and then you lose these guys. And I think you lose these guys because they're chasing bags. I had conversations with a few of those guys. They reached out to me and wanted to talk about, I really like it here, but if you're in a situation, you tell me, Ladarius, if you're making 200,000 at one school and another school is offering you 500,000, how do you say no when you're 18, 19 years old to $300,000? I don't know who would right now as a grown person.
No, yeah, I get that. I think I'm a different breed though, in the sense that all I know is the Hogs. I don't really watch NFL.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't care about nothing else but the Hogs, baby. So I'm probably not
Yeah.
the right person to ask, but I understand them needing to go get their bread. But at the same time,
Yeah.
whether you get 200,000 at this school or 500,000 at the next, the ultimate goal, the NFL. And I feel like a lot of them went what they
Agreed.
thought was greener pastures, and then it's like, well, I mean, you got the money, but now
Yeah.
scouts probably not looking at you because whether you got hurt or the coaches you're not playing as much as you thought you would while you was over there. So
Yeah.
I think it's
Well,
some give and take.
I've asked scouts and people at that level, and yet these coaches do realize, as soon as anything gets tough with these guys, they hop in the portal and leave. And
Yeah.
there's so many guys that miss that development aspect because development starts as soon as you hop on campus and learn a new system. And if they're having to do that each and every year, it slows down the development process. And so they never really become as good as they could potentially become in the first place, hinting their chances to even get picked up. I think we're starting to see that slowly happen. Like, just imagine the year that Jalen Catalong had at Arkansas, right?
Yeah.
He's been to 4 different schools since then. He's still playing. I didn't even know he was still playing.
What was it? UNLV still?
I think he's at Missouri now. Am I wrong? Am I making that up? He left UNLV and he went to another school. He went to Texas UNLV and he transferred one more time, which I think is at Missouri. But you got to think he's now learning something new every single year, slowing down his development process and making his road to actually some real big time money less likely each and every day. So, like, I get it. I'm with you, and I wish that was the way. But how do you tell that to an 18-year-old kid when you throw all that money in their face? I
I
mean,
think that's
so
why Pittman was saying you talk to the parents, because depending on what you get from the vibe you get from the parents, kind of like Nico, I will leave your parents. They kind of already got the feeling.
yeah,
These guys all about the money. Where you might have some parents, they don't really need the money, and so
yeah.
they good where they grounded at or where they started at. But I get it, man. Get your paper, but I don't like you once you leave, though. That's just me, though. I'm a
Yeah,
big Josh fan.
yeah, I'm done with you. You sound like my co-host Justin Acree. You're dead to me now.
Yeah,
It's the
for
same
sure.
way on the bus. Where you from, Ladarius?
Born and raised North Little Rock.
North Little Rock. You went to were you a Wildcat?
Nah. I was Jacksonville Red Devil.
Okay.
Yeah,
What year did you graduate? Now I'm just curious. Since you
2015.
I'm about to say, yeah, since you don't even know what a pager is, you must be a young buck.
Man, I
Young buck.
seen my uncle had them back in the day, but I
Oh,
ain't really know.
everybody uncle got a pager and a
Yeah,
Bluetooth headset. Yeah, they got it all. And
yeah,
a
man,
matching jumpsuit.
yeah, you
Yup.
know the look. You say you from Little Rock, ain't you? You went to CAC?
Yeah, I went to CAC. Yeah, I went to CAC, graduated from CAC, came from Dunbar, and Little Rock, and went to Martin Luther King Elementary. So no, I'm a Little Rock kid. Little Rock kid. All right, man.
Man, appreciate it, man. I'm gonna let somebody else hop on. Appreciate you letting me
All
on.
right, that's awesome, man. Appreciate you. There we go. That was fun. Look at this. Everybody showing him some love. Much respect, Ladarius. Ladarius may have to be somebody who pops on every once in a while. Here we go. Another comment from Wade's World. That's my kind of guy right there, Ladarius. I've been a hog since before DJ. I saw him ball out his whole career. Led the Cardinal Red. Screw some 300K. I don't want that blue light special and them hogs. All right, Wade's World. I like it. I think Ladarius, that's what we need, man. Fans like Ladarius. That's it, man. I thought that was a really good phone call. Yeah, Michael Libby. Yeah, he is at Mizzou. I feel like Jalen Catalong's been playing for 10 years. 10 years. Jeez. I appreciate this comment. 4th and 5, head and shoulders over all other podcasts. I'm not going to sit here and say that's the truth, but I really do appreciate that because the subscribers of Film Breakdown and knowledge of the game, substance of film breakdown and knowledge of the game. Thank you. I really say that. I was very pumped up about our crew that we have with Matt, Josh, Grant, um, people who take time and making sure they know their stuff and try to bestow on our viewers what was drilled into us all those years playing football. So it's pretty cool. And I like to hang out with my friends. It's pretty fun. We got Alex Schurer. I'm saying that right. Great caller. Yeah, Ladarius was a great phone call. Great phone call. Brooks is here. Let's get behind the fellas that are here with us. No choice but to be a hog and support our program, as difficult as it can be. Ladarius got all y'all pumped up. Everybody pumped up. Look at this. We need more Ladarius in the house. Ladarius, I don't know if you're still there. Who's gonna who's gonna follow Ladarius? This is awesome. Every Wednesday night. So we're gonna try to do this every Wednesday night around 7:30, 8 o'clock. Now that I don't work on KRK for today in the morning and I'm doing this full time now, I don't have to go to bed at 6 o'clock, so I can hang out with a lot of y'all a little bit later in the show. But that was fun. But I think that's a good way to end it. Now I'm gonna go watch Queen of the South with my girlfriend downstairs. That was really fun, y'all. That's the most engagement we've had on a show. I appreciate all of the donations that came in right here from the super chats on YouTube. Chris, I really appreciate that. I wish there was a way I could filter these. Oh, look, Michael's here. We asked him about, says, I never got an answer from Earthman. He never answered it. If he did, I missed it. Here's another one. Ladarius sending in a donation. That was great. I feel like I need to give that back because that was really good. All right. Yeah. I should have paid you to come on. Once again, Brooks in there as well. Thank you. I think you sent it twice. Really does mean a lot. Yeah, Brooks did send it twice. Look there in this one. Yeah, that's awesome. You said read who? Where's that at? Down at the bottom? Landon Martin. DJ, I first started watching the Hogs when you and Mallet were there. You guys were great. I thought this was the standard.
You can skip that part. That's all about that.
Oh man, get out of here. That's I should I should pre-read these before, huh? Oh man. Oh, my girlfriend. Hey, appreciate it. Great night, 45. Love y'all too, man. Much love. I really do mean that. Means a lot. Means a lot. Here we go. Pre-game should have guest pickers, pre-recorded interviews, feel-good stories, i.e. Peyton Hillis, bring past and present players on. Can I screenshot that? That's actually a really good idea. Hold on. Good job, Pastor. He has that same message. It won't let me screenshot that. I don't. You got it? All right. That is a good idea. Landon Petty trash. All right, Burke says, all right, DJ, go get those cuddles. Enjoy your channel the most. That's awesome. Everybody's now commenting on it. I gotta go, y'all. Thank y'all. That's awesome. We'll do this every Wednesday. Can't wait to hear from y'all. And don't forget to tune in Saturday morning. We're gonna be live for our pregame show. Yeah. Have a good night. Thank y'all for watching 4th and 5.